Choppy.
All right, good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the Best Around podcast with your host, Big C, Big Chad, and my co-host, G3 Finisher, Mr. G3 himself. I have a couple guests I'm gonna have on the show tonight. We got Mr. KJ, and I'm waiting on another guest to come in, but you know how we get it. Frankie, you can G3, you can introduce yourself, and then we'll bring up one of our guests, and then if the other one come in, we'll bring him on too. But ladies and gentlemen, tonight the topic tonight is where are the men? That's the topic tonight. Where are
I know
the
where a
men?
couple of them are.
Where are the men? Frankie, you have no sound. So that's what we're gonna do. The topic tonight is gonna be where are the men. So if you want to introduce yourself, I'm waiting on him to
Yeah.
get his volume going. Hold on a second. He might not uh, get out of there.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Hold on a second.
My bad, people. We're back in this thing. You know it don't stop. Make that thing work. Yeah, yeah, we in the game. It's your boy, Mr. G3, Mr. Bro Give Game. Most of all, you know how we do. We gotta finish. Moving through the city to count those digits. You know how we get it. Popping on big all day, every day. 3 times on Sunday. Making it happen. Gotta make that thing pop, baby. But what up, everybody? You already know it's your boy, Mr. G3, with his host, Chad, on the Best Around podcast, making it happen. We do got a couple special guests on today, but we're going to keep this thing rolling.
He must be having some technical difficulties. I'll wait on Mr. G to come back with us here in a second. So give me one second. Let me see what he's doing.
My bad, folks. We're getting it. How about now, Chad? Can you hear me now? Am I still in
Yeah.
the clubhouse? You can hear me good. Sorry about that. We working out the bugs, but we making it happen, going around this thing, just doing what we do. You know how we do. Best Around podcast, keeping that thing true. Got a bunch of guests coming up, but guess what? We're gonna start off with just getting to know your host and your co-host today on the Best Around podcast. It's your boy, Mr. G3, Mr. Bro Give Game. Most of all, finish. And that's how we actually create change. Moving together as one, making this thing happen. And you know how we do. We get the clapping the right way. So, you know me, born and raised Southside Florida, moved to Texas, loving that big state vibe. But just keeping it simple, we had to partner with great people doing great things, trying to actually help America change. So, a little bit about me. I can't wait to get this interview going. We got some guests on, and we're gonna get this thing cracking. How about you, Chad?
Hey, just a little bit about me. I'm almost the same as G3. I had to surround myself with some wonderful like minded individuals to grow and gain more knowledge and just
Apple.
get our melanated people all on the same page, so we can unite and come together and do what we was brought here to do, and that's grow and gain gain knowledge and just go with it. But like I said, the topic of the night is where are the men? That's what I want to know, America. I want to know where are the men. I'm tired of seeing. I'm tired of seeing all of the women show up and do everything. I want to know where are the men. So on that note, I'm gonna bring up one of our special guests, Mr. KJ. He's part of the movement. So I'm gonna bring him up and I'm gonna ask him the exact same question. Where are the men? So welcome to the stage, Mr. KJ. You can unmute your mic.
Oh, sorry about that.
There
Welcome.
you go. There you go.
How
What up,
y'all
boss?
doing? How y'all
Good.
doing?
How about yourself,
Hey,
boss?
I'm doing
Oh
great.
man, I can't complain. I appreciate you, Big Chad, for giving me the opportunity to come out here and hopefully be a solution to the problem that we have.
Hey, anytime, anytime. That's why I say I'm gonna give America their voice. They want a voice, they can come on the platform, use my platform as their for their voice to be heard, and that hey, that's what it's for. So you can come out and support and be heard. So the topic of the night is where are the men? That's what I want to know. I want to know where are the men?
You know what? It's crazy because not too long ago, myself, I know you chime in a little later, Big Chad. We was over in a live interview with Yancey, with Sister Yancey, and it was crazy when we got on talking about, I guess, priorities um, as people, but especially for men. And I think that priority has taken place of being, first of all, being dedicated and dependable. Priority hasn't been set to be the number one thing that's on the table. It comes to anything, not just being a part of a movement, not just trying to get together to possibly achieve a goal of some sort. But priority wise, I think that some men, and I can speak for most men, they either having issues with their relationship, either having issues with their work, or they having issues with themselves. And what I mean by that, a lot of people, mental health has taken in charge of our people. And it has broken the toughest person down, which I can speak by experience, that so many people are battling with different things in their mind that they don't know sometimes whether they coming or going. And what I mean by that is that a lot of times you'll be outside in the public, going to different stores, going to different areas, and you speaking to people. I mean, I'm just generally speaking to people. Some of them frown up. Some of them don't even want to talk to you. They just keep walking. Or some of them, they stare so deep, like, did he just talk to me? And these are supposed to be brothers. These are supposed to be brothers. These are supposed to be men. You know, the only thing I'm doing is trying to encourage you if you're going through a bad time, or I'm trying to encourage you if it's something that I can help you with. But if you don't give me that opportunity, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I done been around a lot of men lately, supposed to be older than myself. And some of the things that I noticed that they struggle with, some of them are either in prison or they're going in and out of jail. They're battling drug addiction. They're battling sex addictions. They're battling all kind of conditions with which you can name. And when I have conversation with these brothers, a lot of times they either unfaithful in their relationships, they either seeking attention from other places, they're either trying to indulge in drugs and things of that nature. So they're ready for me to be with them to do the negative stuff. So anytime it comes to positivity, a lot of men, they step back or they don't want to be in the limelight when it comes to positive things. So I'm thinking that the word society in itself has taken over when it comes to positivity versus negativity. A lot of people will be rather involved in negative things than be a part of positive things and the movement. Now, I heard a lot of people that they'll be shouting from here to Spain if you give them the opportunity to. They'll be shouting. I'm talking about noise. It'd be so noisy in the house you walk into, you would think that shit. You just walked into a Hall of Fame football game, or your favorite championship or boxing matches on TV. So when you see brothers that come into a position of power or in face with the person that has power, they kind of like, oh man, I don't know. I thought I was the loudest person in the room. So when I see this person, I get intimidated. So now I'm not that same person in that house that was screaming from the top of my voice. I'm not that same person that was so voiceful in that house. When I see somebody that speak more, how can I say, educated than me, that has a lot of ideas than me, that can reach the people more better than me. So now it's like, is this nigga trying to be my dad? Is this nigga trying to be somebody that's better than me? I can't have that, Jack. So no, I see this man. Hey man, everybody is showing love to this man. Everybody is posting videos. They going live. I can't look bad at my woman. I can't look like a sucker. I supposed to be that person in his shoes. I supposed to be that man right there. It's supposed to be me. So when you get brothers that come into the lives, and I say to them, hey, this is especially for my brothers. We need to stand up. We need to take charge of our destiny. We need to be the ones that are putting our women in houses. A lot of them, they'll come in and they'll leave out. Soon as you say anything about that, it's like they don't want to be a part of that. I don't know what they're looking for when it comes to you trying to encourage them or you trying to guide them, to the right place. But it definitely not this. It definitely is not this. So I think that our stronger leader men, they're out there somewhere. But I just don't think that they're out there where they need to be, where we can reach them. And if they are, and I have seen a lot of women too that'll try to hide that information from men because they feel like, oh, he's gonna be taking up all this time. He's gonna be now tuned into that and focus on that. He ain't gonna have no time for me. So you got all kind of situations when it comes to that, because all brothers, they're not they're not running away. They're not running away from this type of movement. They're not running away from this type of opportunity. But it's other people that's getting in their ear. It's other people that's getting in their ear and they telling them, hey, you don't need to be doing that, man. That nigga ain't talking about nothing, man. He full of lie, he full of this, he full of that. And they've been so used to people telling them no and been so used to filling their head up, gassing their head up, that they don't even know when they hear something real and when it's not.
So would you say most men struggle from narcissistic tendencies, having a big ego, and not being able to allow another man to come help their situation that would better them and their...
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Absolutely. And you know what?
So how do we help the male ego without making a man feel less than? Because if you look at what the government has put in place, they have literally separated families, separated a head, as most Christians say, is God, the man, the wife, and the kids. But when you separate that head of the family, now that woman is the head and calling the shots. That literally demasculates the man. So it's taking that man's voice and his overall power. So how do we get men to understand that you are still in control and you still can help your family whether you're there or not?
It's gonna take something. It's gonna take something detrimental to happen when they don't have a choice. Because right now they have a choice, and that's what the problem is. The problem is they have a choice, but when it really hits the fan and they don't have a choice, that's when the real man is gonna be ready to step up. That's when they're gonna be able to have to let all of that go out the door. If they don't do it for their women, they definitely gonna do it for their kids, some men. Because they don't want to see their kid homeless. They don't want to see them out on the street. They don't want to see them without anything. And that's another way. That's another thing. With that been happening, a lot of households have been separated, from the men being the man of the house when it comes to family. And so therefore, they don't even take control of their own life when it comes to their kids. Half of them is deadbeat dads. Half of them, they just don't want to take responsibility to do what it takes to be a man and step up. So if they can't prove that on that level, when it comes to being a father for their kids, it's going to be hard for them to prove being a father and step up and be in a power or position of leadership. It's going to be hard for them to do that.
So what would you say about the fathers that are in their kids' lives and that are role models, but they still don't want to take the opportunity that is being given to them for generational wealth? And I do understand, and I do somewhat agree with the, if life is beating you down and you continue to just give up and give in as a man and not be there for your kids and your family that you created, you're skipping that first important step of the G3 effect, and that's the growth. Before you have a family, you grow yourself, self-love, self-reflection first. Then you meet women, and then you start to learn this woman, and then you're learning to give a little bit of each other to each other before you even create a family. But for the men that got the bag, there for their families, just don't want to take part and don't want to help somebody else come up, how do we reach those men?
You know what? That's a good question. Man, I could tell you one only thing I can say about that is that the people that already feel like, I guess, that that they already have everything at their footstep and and everything, so they're not really worried about helping people. But I mean, it's just like how it's been forever. It's just like how it's been forever. They call them, I guess, gatekeepers. A lot of people withhold information on purpose. And it always been us. It always been us because we scared of having more than one another. We scared of being more authority than one another. Or we just feel like since we had to get it out the mud, you're going to have to get it out the mud. So you don't want to extend that type of help out to each other because of, first of all, pride, and second of all, just being that type of person. Like I said, it can be generational. It can be because you got some families that they family dynamics is built on selfishness. A lot of people are just selfish. So in order to get rid of the selfishness, we have to take one step at a time. We got to learn how to at least speak good words in somebody. If we can't give them that, if we can learn to speak positively in somebody's life each and every day, that's a first step. That's a good step, and that's a first step. So
debunking their programming, pretty much depleting their overall mindset of what they've been taught and what they've been giving over the years of individuality and staying separate and only worrying about self and being selfish rather than being selfless.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Exactly.
Makes sense. I do love that. That is a great insight.
And I try to, even with the videos that I have created using the movement, I still put in motivational, encouraging messages in those videos so they can see, man, it ain't over with. Just because you done had a tough time, just because you done experienced a whole lot of setbacks and downfall, you can't give up. You can't give up on yourself. You know, you got to have that courage, and you got to say, okay, let me give it another shot. Let me give it another shot. If it's not for me, it's for the people that love me, and it's for the things that I got. So if people start building confidence as well in themselves, they build confidence and know that they can do anything they put their mind to, then I think that that'll change. And it'll change also too with leadership. I ain't gonna say leadership, with ideology. I guess ideology, is that's what you said?
Ideology, yes.
With people having idols, the people that they look up to, the type of people that they look up to. We need more positive people, such as Dr. Tanner, to come to be all over social media when we on there. Be all over social media when we on there. Instead of having pornography, instead of having solicitation, you know, all of this stuff, the only thing it does is poison our mind.
Say that again.
Only thing it does is poison our mind.
It keeps you distracted from what the initial goal is. When they got your mind distracted and you're looking off, they're actually making moves on the back end to make sure you never catch up. Because like Dr. Tanner said, they're literally 300 generations ahead of the game, ahead of where we should be. But that separation that they brought into every single, I wouldn't just say it's the melanated people. I'd say it's the people in general. They have separated us so much and put us in so many different classes that, like you said, certain people feel like I'm better than you, so I don't need to help you get where I'm at, because if I help you get where I'm at, then you think you're on the same level, and it's that crab in the bucket continue to pull each other down and saying, as long as I'm above you, I'm better than you, rather than we can all eat, we can all grow, give, and gain, most of all finish to create change. And that's why I told Chad, I said it was written in the stars for both of our energies to meet, because like he said earlier, he met Dr. Tanner online before. I met Dr. Tanner online before. But we both linked up at the exact time. And then we linked up in the chat, and he said, hey, man, I want to holler at you about something. I want to use my platform to give the people their voices back. Unedited, uncut, unscripted, just hearing from the people. And I said, bro, do you not understand what that was? And I had to hear from my wife, too. She was like, you know, that's therapy, right? The people need therapy where we're listening to every single individual and hearing what's really going on in their families, in their communities, in their cities. So it gives them their power, where the news is showing you one thing at a time that gets you distracted and off here, or booty shaking, or who's the next fight, or something that really doesn't say, well, what's really going on in this community and what would help these people actually be the best versions of themselves, making sure their kids be the best version of themselves. That's why I told Chad it was meant for it to actually happen. And we get here and interview great guests like yourself to hear your overall mindset on what men are facing today, what the people are actually hurting from, and what can actually help them heal, or at least, like you said, take that first step and moving forward together. And like Dr. Tanner like to tell us, we're here. I got the different strategies, I got the different pieces. But without enough people wanting to take initiative, it falls by the wayside. Absolutely. We can help a few people, but the whole thing is to help everybody.
And that way the people have a platform where they can come on, say what they say, mean what they say, and is actually coming straight from them instead of from everybody else.
That part. Unedited. Straight from here, straight out of there, leaving out your mouth. Whatever that comes out, it can't be taken back. And I told we don't strip anything over here. So we say this channel is not made for kids, because I want the people to give their real self. Like Dr. Tanner said, I want you to be you. We want you to be you. Let the people know, what was your first overall thought before you actually got to be introduced to Dr. Tanner and his movement? What was your overall thought when you saw it come across social media?
I'm gonna tell you, my overall thought was that, man, it's amazing you see someone melanated stepping up and actually helping people. So I'll give you an example. When I first seen Dr. Tanner, it was probably months ago, and I just ran across him on social media doing something wonderful for people, handing out videos. So I was automatically attracted to that. I mean, my mindset just automatically ended on that. Now, did I take action? No, I'll be honest with you. I didn't take action. You know why? Because I was so used of seeing people do certain things, being generous, giving people homes, giving people money. But I always thought, like, man, why that couldn't be me? Man, why that's not me? And I don't know how people even put themselves in a position to be able to receive something like that. So I was like, yeah, you know, something, man, it's too good to be true. It's probably too good to be true. So I didn't pay no more mind. Time went on. And so I started doing like side jobs. And I was riding around different neighborhoods, different communities, and seeing nice houses. I mean, beautiful houses. Just gave saying that could be me one day. That could be me one day. But got a lot of stuff against me. My credit ain't so good. Damn, I don't have really enough for a down payment of a house. So I try to work my body to the bone, and I'm not seeing any profit. So therefore, I know that I'm not going to be able to afford a house. So thinking in my mind, I wasn't giving up on myself as far as finding a roof over my head. But what I was giving up on is the opportunity to be able to find a plan to get one. So once I saw that plan, and I said, wait a minute. I said, this got to be my call. And I said, because I've been searching high and low, praying, manifesting, or anything that you could think of to get in that position. Seeing myself sitting nice up in a house, kicking my feet up, you know, having a nice environment, something to call my own, got a garden out there, eating good food, because the food out there, you know, that they got out there is poison, it's killing us. So I'm like, man, that could be myself. So I said, I see this opportunity for not only free property and free land, but I see an opportunity, like you said, for growth and a better version of myself. So I was like, now here's that opportunity that I've been praying for and looking for. What am I going to do? I asked myself, what am I going to do? What steps am I going to take? So I said, this is just a test to see is what you said you want is what you really want. And what are you willing to do to get it? Because you've been praying so long for it and asking so long for it. What are you willing to do to execute? So I said, okay, I hear it now. I see it now. Now it's time to take action. And so ever since I've been sitting in a little meeting, I've been networking, meeting different brothers and sisters, hearing their stories, some of their backgrounds. It just blew me away how different people coming together from different parts of the world, all wanting the same thing. And all willing to come together, pain and suffering, and to make a difference and a change within our communities. And just the fact to end poverty, that's a wonderful thing, man. It's a wonderful thing. I just feel good when I see people with things, when people not struggling. That's what makes me feel good. I don't feel good when I see people struggling, having a good time. It breaks my heart.
So now, in your honest opinion, or your honest voice or words, what, and I mean what, do we need to do to get the men over here?
Shit, kick in the doors and drag their ass out the house. No, we can't do that, but can't do that. But that's what it makes you want to. That's what it makes. That's what it makes you want to do. That's what it makes you start writing out warrants to go get their ass and bring them to the clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? Start sending out threatening letters. If you don't show your ass up, your light's gonna be cut off. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you start threatening them, they'll come then. Tell them that girl gonna leave them. Tell them their wife said we talked to them today. They gonna leave if they don't make that decision to step up and be a man.
So I heard you say something earlier about the reason why you took the opportunity. You prayed a lot. You
Yes.
did everything in your power to make it happen, and was struggling.
Yes.
So you knew this was your opportunity.
Yes.
Do you feel honestly that the melanated brothers or any others are struggling with accepting this because it's coming from a melanated man?
It could, some of that yes, and some of that yes, and some of that no. And the reason why I say no is because they just haven't been adhered to men in general. No, whether it was melanated, white, Chinese, it doesn't matter. Because some people, even at their job, you can see them at their job. When as soon as their boss tell them something to do, well, I'm a grown ass man, and you sitting here telling me to do this, and they feel that's what they really feel like. I'm a grown ass man. Why do I gotta listen to somebody? Why I gotta take the back seat? Why I gotta listen to somebody? I'm here to do a job. I'm here to get paid, and I'm here to take my ass home. I ain't gotta listen to what you got to say. And it's just that most men, it's like I said, it's that ego and less killer instinct. If they had a killer instinct mentality, then they'll be ready to be a lion. They'll be ready to take on whatever they face. They'll be ready to handle adversity. And that's what a lot of them is faced with. A lot of brothers I talk to, they going through a lot of stuff. They're battling legal things. You know what I'm saying? They're battling relationship things. They battling a whole lot of things. And I tell them this. I spread the good news about Dr. Tanner. I spread the good news about the movement. And I say, all this stuff you telling me, what are you gonna do to change? What are you gonna do to change? Here's your opportunity to make that change. And all of this stuff will go away. It ain't gonna never go away if you don't make the step to change your circumstances. It's never gonna go away. You're gonna work, like I said, you're gonna work tied to the bone, come home, continue to argue with your girl, continue to argue with your wife, continue to be frustrated because the kids ain't got no food, no Pampers, no diapers, no accessories whatsoever, no resources. So now you're depending on government assistance. You most people, be honest with you, most people are, what's the word for it? They're content. They're content with having that type of system. It's some men's on welfare. It's some men's getting Social Security every month. It's some men's that getting some kind of government assistance every month. And they bank on that every month. They banking on that to be in they direct deposit. They banking on that to coming through their mail. But when that door closes, that's going to expose the true nature of a man. That's going to expose the true nature of a man. And the weakest link will be exposed because the one that can't handle the pressure, they're going to either do two things. They're going to either commit suicide or they're going to get out there and become a statistic and begin to indulge in a life of crime. And indulge in a life of crime. Sorry about that. Indulge in a life of crime. And that's all that is being a cycle that's continuing to repeat itself when it comes to us in general as men, no matter the color, it doesn't matter, but that's always been the fact. And it's just time to push all that stuff to the side, man, and say, we got to work together. In order to beat whatever it is we up against, we got to work together.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
I'm just sitting here, just I'm sitting there just flabbergasted at why the men are not stepping up. We gotta figure out why the men, where the men at, and why they not stepping up.
Let's say, just hypothetically, there was a $150,000 prize for the best gladiator around. You think men will show up just to show that dominance, that superhero, that you can count on me, I'm going all in? If it was back in the Roman days, man versus man, almost like the octagon, but you actually gonna get paid.
Yeah.
Would they show up for that? Because again, you see a lot of men when they're at the boxing ring, it's mostly men. At the octagon, it's a brutal sport. It's mostly men. It's almost football season. They out there tailgating, getting ready, amped up, doing what they do. But when it comes to ownership, when it comes to making moves for the betterment of you and the people that you're putting in your path, because everybody come in your life for a season. But when you select a female, you create kids with that. You, as a man, in your mind, I know the end goal is do something where it sets up something so that every single person that I create with this lady has something that I left in that leaves them in a better situation than I was in. So if a man is offering to give you the keys to get you to exactly what you asked for, why are men struggling with accepting that? In
You
your
know
opinion?
what? Before he say that, I don't know. I don't know why men not stepping up, because it's sad when we have all of our melanated women, or just women in general, stepping up and seeing the vision that this man has on the table. They're all on board for the vision. But the men, the men are not stepping up. Men, we are supposed to be the providers of the household. We are supposed to be the safety net in the household. We are supposed to lead. We should lead. They should follow us. But if we cannot lead, then you know what, men? Hey, for all you men that just want to sit at home on the couch and play video games while the female go out and do all the work, she needs to come home, pack up you and yours, and sit you and yours out on the front porch and say, you know what? Why don't you go somewhere else? Because this ain't like that. In Dr. Tanner's words, I say this ain't for you.
Yeah,
This, this, this ain't what you
I don't
want,
think
Clay.
this ain't what you want. I don't think this is gonna
No,
work out for you. So
facts.
we
absolutely.
gotta we gotta figure out what it is. The reason why the men not stepping. You know what? I think one of the reasons is a lot of these men. We saw it earlier when we was in the meeting room. Men come, and this thing that they call shoulders, they come in and they had them egos on their shoulders. But when you come in, just come in to learn and listen. But if you in there and you listening to something that somebody said and it gets you in your feelings, then maybe you're fucking up and not doing what you're supposed to be doing. If it hits you that
Absolutely.
hard to
Too
have
much
you in your
advocating.
feelings, maybe, just maybe, you need to go stand in the mirror and let them three fingers point back at you and be like, what am I doing that hit me that hard and got me in my feelings? Because like Dr. T say, his number one rule, economics over emotions. And I always say to different people, there's two groups of people. One, group A, they supposed to be in your life for a reason. Group B, yeah, they only supposed to be in your life for a season. You can't try to build a relationship with somebody that only supposed to be around you for a season.
That is
Dr.
true.
T, That is a man, a young, educated man that is supposed to be in your life for a reason. This man
Yes,
started when he was 17, didn't borrow a dime from nobody, built his foundation brick by brick, retired when he was 30, came back out at 38 because he heard that the American people were crying out for help. So he came back
absolutely,
out to help the American people. And that's what he's doing. Everything that this man has taught us thus far, he hasn't asked for a dime. He haven't asked for a dime. But one thing I can actually say, I'm proud of the motherfucker to be wearing this on my chest. I'm proud as hell to be wearing this on my
I,
chest.
I
I'm
gotta give
look.
me one of
I'm
them.
gonna wear this one. I'm gonna wear this one. I'm gonna wear
I
this one
got to give me
proud,
one. I got to give me one.
proud.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wear it proud because for a man to build a foundation to help the African American melanated community get back on top where we supposed to be at, and actually have a platform where we can unite and come together as a whole and move. Man, look, you know what we can do if we got 300,000 men, 300,000 women together in one spot. Man, you know how many, you know what we can move? If we
absolutely,
could come together and unify like that and move stuff, but you come together and do, oh, let's go do a million man march. For what? Marching. Yeah, okay, you march. What did you get? Martin Luther King that marched too. But Martin Luther King marched his own people into a legal, free ass whooping. He marched his own people into a legal, free ass whooping. Getting bit
yeah,
by dogs,
you're
getting beat up
right,
by billy clubs, getting
right,
sprayed down by water hoses. For what? What did it prove? It didn't prove nothing. It didn't fix anything because the whole time you being a man back in that day, the activist, you were doing backdoor deals with JFK and Adolf Hitler.
absolutely. Was the
America,
same.
America, make that make sense.
What he
But
was.
you don't want to
Mhm.
support this young educated man that has the tools, the know-how to make your situation different for you and yours. But you go out and buy a pair of LeBrons when they come out. You go out and buy a pair of Jordans when they come out. You will tear the store down to buy the next Medea movie or the next Medea play, and he don't give two shits about the black people. Where's he at? Where's he at? Has he came out and said anything about what happened to that girl down in Southern Illinois? No. Where's Oprah? Oprah ain't came out and said nothing about it, but Oprah's too busy advocating for the red. She's too busy advocating for the red. Oh, let's make America great again. She's activating for the red. The same
Absolutely,
red, the same red that says, I don't care about you. I just want your vote. But if you don't care about me, why do you need my vote? But
absolutely,
you got all these so-called men. Where they at? They ain't saying nothing. Where's Steve Harvey? I don't see him in the news saying anything about what happened in Southern Illinois. Where's the little where's little whatever you want to call him, little treasure trove, Kevin Hart. You don't hear him. You don't hear him talking about what happened down there in Southern Illinois.
because they're bought and paid
They're
for.
bought and paid for.
they
They
puppets.
bought and paid for.
They're puppets.
There you
That
go.
if you're
The
getting
puppets.
paid by the
Simple as that.
corporation, you can only say what they want you to say. If you go against that, your check and your livelihood is canceled. But their fear is they don't want to be back out here with the people because then they'll find out they ain't really what they think they are.
Hello.
Absolutely,
But you got all
Let's
of
absolutely.
just
you
be
got
real.
but that's why I'm like, man, man, you have to you got to come out you got to come out your shell. But when some of these so-called men is not showing up when they come out their shell, when they at the barbershop on the weekend talking shit in the barbershop while they getting their haircut. Oh, they come out the
Mhm.
shell then. They'll
Yeah.
show up to talk. They'll show up to talk about any and everybody
Wait,
when they at the
wait.
barbershop.
Did I hear you correctly? The only time men are actually being men is when they're away from their women.
When they from when it, I didn't say it. You said it.
I mean, I literally just read between the lines. Like, if you can only
You
talk at
said
the
it.
barbershop and actually be a man there, why can't you do that exact same thing and lead your wife, your children, your family where they need to be, following a great man to get what y'all want, which is your freedom, generational wealth, ownership, boss level shit, and making sure that your kids and your kids don't work for nobody else. That
I
red
don't.
and
Absolutely.
that red and that blue ain't doing that for you. I'm just gonna be real. I'm just gonna call it what it
No,
is.
no,
I don't
it
know, but
never
if you
have been
think
doing.
about it, if you even, it's the same way if you go to the car wash on the weekend, car wash full of men, full of men,
Yes.
full
Yes.
of men, full of men, talking shit, having fun, cutting up, doing this, doing that. Soon as he get that, look, he gonna be just like this. He gonna be at the car wash, wiping on his car,
No,
talking,
no, no.
talking,
The cars
talking,
are already washed and done. They
cars,
just sitting there wasting time.
cars already washed,
Yes.
sitting there talking a bunch of shit, and then he'll look down and he'll be like, man, she's sending me messages, want to know where I'm at. Why didn't I tell her where I was going? That's on you, partner. You should have told her. You was going to the car wash, and all your homeboys and everybody else is probably gonna be at the car wash. We're probably gonna be there washing on each other's cars, talking shit about cars and everything else. But you more than welcome to pull up at the car wash and come to the car wash.
But honestly, Chad, can we really say this? Does a real man, have to explain where he's going? Or should she already know I'll be back when I get back? And if I don't get back soon to check on me.
That's
If
true.
I'm
That's
gone
True,
true.
for more than 14
true,
hours,
true.
when did that start that men had to now tell their every move to their woman so she feels secure?
Yeah, a lot of that has to do with, I could speak from what I've seen myself. A lot of that has to do with infidelity. A lot of men have stepped out of their marriages. A lot of men have also stepped out of their relationship. So the women just don't have that trust. You see them in that man anymore. So therefore they on them like white on rice. But reality, you shouldn't even be putting up with somebody that you can't trust. You shouldn't even be putting up with somebody that you can't trust.
True,
I,
true.
I gotta agree with you all day on that, because again, you're only gonna stress and worry yourself out, worry about
Absolutely.
what they gonna do. That makes no
Right.
sense to me.
Absolutely.
But then I think a lot
Absolutely.
of that is we just gotta men. You gotta step up. You gotta get the testosterone off your shoulders. Stop getting stuck up in your feelings when you hear somebody say something. Or not only that, because we saw it earlier in the room. Do not be so quick to get up in your feelings when you hear a panel, a panel of women that's showing up every single day, going on their platforms, doing what they do to get other women over to the room. When he switched the room around today and brought all the women up top and put all of us men at the bottom, I was literally sick to my stomach when I saw when I saw the actual number of how many women
Wait, say that again slow so I hear you again. You were what?
I was literally sick to my stomach when I saw the amount of women that were in that room
The amount of women.
compared to the amount of men
Yes.
that
Yes.
should have been in that room.
It's like
For
it's like a 12 to 1.
for every woman that was in that room today, we should have had 1,000 men to every female that was in that room today.
That
That's
boy.
true. Yeah, show you right.
But now,
Show
if you put out an all call and say, you know what, hey man, I'm a support a trip. Let's go watch LeBron play, or let's take a trip to Boulder and watch Deion coach Colorado Buffaloes next weekend. I guarantee you,
Unlimited number of
I
requests.
guarantee you would have to rent. You would literally have to rent 2 or 3 coach buses just to have enough room for everybody to go when you put it out there. But when you got an educated man giving you something for free,
Absolutely.
giving you something for free, you don't want it. So this man is doing just like this. He got all of the information folded up in the form of a deed with your name on it, and he's saying here, I'm handing it to you. All you have to do is grab a hold to it and bring it in there to you. Hold it near and dear, and do what you have to do for you and yours. But here, America, it's free. It's free. You don't want it, but what you will do, you will take. If he come to you and say, you know what, men of America, I have a spoon. How about if I put a bib around your neck, and I sit next to you, and this free deed that I'm going to give you free. How about if I sit there and I spoon feed it to you? Will you take it? Will you take it then if I spoon feed it to you? You want somebody to just give you that. Ain't nobody finna give you nothing.
But honestly, he's doing that by giving you every single key and every single step to get to the end goal.
For free.
That's spoon feeding. He ain't just saying, here's the fucking deed, get away from me. If you don't know how to keep that deed or how to use that deed to grow financial wealth, then you back at square one looking for another deed. What they say in the Bible, if you give a man a fish, he gonna come back and ask you for more when he eat that, and then ask for yours out your hand. But if you teach a man to fish, he'll know how to survive on his own.
You know how to
This
survive
man
on his own.
He's teaching you. Oh, he owns his own university, so you didn't know. He's teaching you how to not only get the bag, secure the bag, and then pass the bag along.
There you go. There you go.
And you know the sad part about it? He haven't asked us for a dime.
Not 1 cent.
He ain't asking for a dime for everything that he's given us. So if you think about it, the amount of stuff that this man has given us.
You know, Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins would have already charged him $3,000, and they wouldn't even got past step 1. They would have just said hello to the niggas on the video chat. They would have paid for it. They would have already paid for it. Just to say, hey, you're in the chat, and it's all AI. You ain't even talking to them. But you test you, and you down $1,000. And then this man say, show up, come listen, and we're gonna get you exactly what you need. You just gotta remember, Rome wasn't built overnight. There's steps to the game. I want to teach you the steps so you win. So I feel most men really need a paradigm shift.
That's what they need.
That paradigm shift starts not only that man looking in his soul and seeing who he really is, but overall taking that first step, like Mr. KJ said, and actually changing your overall thought that everything is not only a scam, a politician can't be trusted. This is some other BS. He's just looking for a vote. The man told you, I don't need your vote. Vote for your best interests. If you did your research on who I am and you looked up my 10 executive orders, and if that helps you and your family, then you make the decision for you. Not only that, I'm going to open up my company that I had since I was 17 years old. You said you want more opportunity to make money. If you want to come here and hustle with us, we're going to teach you the game again. Make up to 180K, and that ain't even the cap on it. But you got to do some work. But the man said, if it's not a big butt and some spandex, if it's not a fight that I know I can see later on because it's going to be televised as long as you wait on it, if it ain't give it to me right now, so I can look like I'm the king when I know I'm not the king, I don't want a part of it. And it makes no sense to me that the men that we grew up with have literally seemed like they died off. Because I'm looking for those men too, like no homo, but I'm just like, so where's the granddads and that they even gave him an opportunity to say no. Get your ass in there, learn from this man, because he's going to give you something that changes not only your well-being, but my grandkids and my great-grandkids' well-being. There's no more authority now. Mom says, do what you want. It's on you. The government says, you control the house, lady. I'm going to beat you. Didn't they used to do that back in the day where they pulled the man out, beat him, chastised him right in front of the family so that they know who in charge?
They was
lock them away. Say it again, boss.
They were doing buck breaking back then.
That's what it's called. That point.
Buck breaking. They was doing that. I mean, you talking about demasculizing. That was demasculizing at its fullest right there. You know, you taking brothers and doing it to them in front of their women when they supposed to be a man. And I know, I guess people just don't really do that type of history, research. I mean, they look at what people tell them, and then they ride with that, and they say, okay, I'm fine with knowing that part, but I don't need to know anything else. I don't need to really know the truth that they ain't putting on TV. They ain't putting on the news. I don't need to know anything.
Wait, did I just hear you correctly? You telling me there's men out there that just dipping their toes in the water and scared to go in the deep end?
Absolutely.
That's what he said.
Wow.
That's what he said.
Wow, bro. So you telling me there's men out there that are scared to go down the rabbit hole and research and go further than what is put right in front of them?
Absolutely.
In other words, what you're saying is they are so comfortable with eating kibbles and bits versus coming out here and eating a porterhouse or a nice lobster.
Absolutely. Yeah, they'd rather have they Gucci. What was the other one? The Gucci.
Or they nice Balenciaga.
There you go, Balenciaga. They gotta have their polo. You know, they gotta have anything that's designed and wear. They'll walk into the store. They'll support them all day. Man, long as I'm fresh, long as I'm about to walk up in this club, pull me about 6 or 7 females.
Or
I'm good.
What's the other
I'm
one?
good. But as soon as you have somebody that ain't charging you nothing, they just asking you for a little time.
Right.
They don't want to be a part of that.
Figure. Yeah.
But what they fail to realize, this right here gonna make you shine more better than that polo shirt you got on. It's gonna make you shine more better than them new Jordans you got on.
But they'll go out and buy Sean John this, Sean John that. Okay. When have you seen that man come out and do anything? Or unless you sit and watch an episode of
you just told your age, Sean John ain't even in.
Look, man. Look.
Hey, the viewers looking like Sean John. Where you get that from?
Man, look. But you see them, they want to support everything.
Yes,
but don't
help them flaunt. Look like
you want to support people that'll help you floss and flaunt.
Absolutely.
But you won't come out and support an educated black man that's giving you the tools and the know-how to have multiple streams of income, doing everything that you utilize on a regular daily basis, social media,
that makes you boss up on a
that makes you
totally
boss up
different
on a
level.
totally different level. But you rather go out and pay money for something and pay money to support somebody that don't even know your name.
That give you
Absolutely.
temporary, and that's the world. That's crazy because the world is really about temporary satisfaction. That
Exactly.
whole title that they put in front of your face every day, trending, meaning right now. 2 seconds later, something else has popped up. 3 seconds later, a new clothing brand that you need to wear. When I saw
Absolutely.
the world wearing duct tape with a Balenciaga name on it
You need to
as a
quit.
bracelet,
Mm.
I knew
You
right
need to
then and
quit.
there. I'm just saying, bro,
You
when
need
the
to stop.
motherfucker would go pay $1,000 for a Balenciaga trash bag for
Or
your weight,
15
That
or
is sad,
15
man.
or $1,500 now. $1,500 for a t-shirt with holes in it.
please make that make sense.
You know what? It's common sense not so common no more. And there's a lot of things that people is missing. There's a lot of things what people is missing, man. Only thing they see, as long as I'm looking good, long as I can say that I paid this for this, that's all that I'm worried about. Because I know if the world accepts this, if they accept me looking like this and they accept what I got on, then I'm all right. I'm all right. Long
Bro,
as I look like
did I just
everybody.
you're dropping jewels over here. Did I just hear you again? Are you telling me that these people are programmed and satisfied with being dead dogs for the rest of their lives?
Absolutely.
He said it.
Hell no,
Hey,
bro.
look, he said it. He said it.
Hell
He
no,
said it.
bro. You just blew my mind. You
He
telling me
said,
that not only the American people are chasing the newest trend to flaunt for temporary satisfaction, they are so mind fucked to literally saying, I'm going to accept the minimalist aid from you and be okay with it and work until I die to pay a
yeah,
debt
yeah,
that was put on me by my oppressor.
yeah, yeah. That's exactly what he said. He said
Absolutely.
they are. He just said
Bro,
here.
you over here
He
dropping news.
just.
We should have had you
He
on
just
episode
said.
one.
He just sat here. He just sat here on this panel and said, reason why most men are not showing up is the fact that they are comfortable with being dead dogs.
That
There you
part.
go. There you go. There you go. As long as they know that their money going towards MJ, they going towards Sean John, they going towards Cartier, Versace, whatever it is. As long as their money going towards that, that's all they satisfied about. Because at the end of the day, when it's time to pay them bills, the lights, they think that all of that is going to be able to provide for them. So the only thing they got to do now, they got to find a female who like the way they dress, who like the designer wear that they got on, who like the cologne they got on, and they feel like they going to be head over heels on them, and they going to say, you know what? You need help with
KJ,
your finances?
Wait. This
KJ,
guy blew my
K-
mind. You telling me ignorance
KJ,
attracting ignorance and making more ignorance?
KJ, KJ,
I
KJ.
love it. You dropping them on them.
So,
Hey, it's real shit. I love it.
in other words, what you're telling us tonight, men are comfortable with being one, dead dogs, but two, they want to dress and make themselves stand out
Wait.
versus
Easier way. Somebody's bitch.
Absolutely. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Not only their girls, bitch, their
Yeah.
bosses, bitch,
Yeah.
the government's bitch.
And not only that, being a bitch to every brand that they support,
Absolutely.
other than supporting a brand that says, I want you to vote in what's in your best interest.
I want you to win.
But
I'm
you
telling
won't support a brand, but
That
you'll go
wants you
out
to win.
but you will go out and support an athlete that don't even know your name,
That part.
but he's profiting off your dumbass
That
going
part.
out, buying his stuff, talking about him, but what is he doing for you?
If you
What
try
is he
to
doing
tell
for
him to
you?
sign something you bought with his name on it, he'll tell you, nah, nigga, I ain't got time. Peace out. I gotta go. He too busy. Now
What
you
is he
done
what is he doing
spent
for you?
all your hard-earned money, and he don't care.
Don't
But
care.
this
Absolutely.
man says, I want you to have everything you can think of.
Right.
Land,
Absolutely.
property, houses, deeds,
Right.
oil wells. I want you and your family to be well off. Not just the celebrities in the
But
upper echelon. I want you to have.
but
Come
then
on.
not only that, when you gain, he's not asking you for a dime back.
Come on, bro.
When you gain, he's not asking you for a dime back.
Not at
He's
all.
giving it all for free.
They don't know his nickname, but I'm gonna tell them today. The Black Santa.
The Black Santa. The Black Santa. This man has went around all around the country
That boy.
giving out toys to the children, giving out deeds on multiple occasions.
Multiple.
This man has got a lady that got deeds from him, 11 to be exact.
Yes.
This lady is a millionaire because of this educated
Yes.
black man
Did
giving
exactly
her
what
the
he told her
opportunity.
to do.
Followed the blueprint step by step, and she
To
is
the
a
letter.
millionaire.
Facts.
Man,
But me and G3 has said it time and time again, over and over, that we are going, not if, not when, we are going to be the next millionaires that come out from up under Dr. Malcolm Tanner.
I receive it. I receive it.
And on that note, Mr. KJ, what are your final thoughts before we
My,
close out this
okay.
night
Well,
on
well,
the topic of where are the men?
my final thoughts is that I know that brothers got it in them. I know that they got a real potential, but they got to dig it out. They got to dig wide inside and pull that potential out. It's time to change their way of thinking. It's time to change their condition, their mind condition, to need to condition themselves to want more, condition themselves to wanting more out of life than what they got, to condition themselves to prepare for the worst, because the worst have yet to come. I mean, you can read about this all in the Bible, Revelation, even the signs are right in front of our face. This is now time, and you talking about the signs. Well, here's the signs. You think that Dr. Tanner just came from anywhere? Like how do you think you came across them? Why do you think that people are spreading this word? Why do you think that you're hearing this? Why do you think that why do you think that the legal system is going the way that it is? Why do you think that we're trying to get a person in power to change the outcome of what's been going on for so many years? Why you think that we're tired of being slaves? Why you think we're tired of being enslaved? Why you think we want to get paid for what we done endured and what our ancestors done endured? Those are the reasons why we are asking and we're needing men to step up and to be that change and to use their full potential than just more than hanging out, shooting the shit or shooting the crap, dealing, macking females and downplaying kids and not focused, not being focused, not walking around focused, not putting something in their pockets, not having something to secure themselves and their family. But if they can just do those easy steps, those necessary steps that I've mentioned, and just putting all the foolishness behind them and realizing that they're more than what they think they is, and they are better than what they think they are. You know, they don't need to hear that. They don't need to hear that from nobody. But they got to know there is. They got to know that somebody is calling them. Somebody is calling them. And it's meant for somebody to know that this is the time, this is the place, and this is the opportunity. And with that,
well said, well versed. G3, what's your final thoughts?
I mean, Mr. KJ said it best, man. The opportunity is there. The leadership is there. The community and the support is there. Take that initiative. Step up for you and yours. We'll step together. We'll make sure we finish on top. Growing together, giving to each other so we all gain. Most of all, finishing on top. And that's how we create change.
absolutely.
Hey, in America, final thoughts to support the podcast. You can hit the Cash App at the bottom. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel so we can grow, get bigger, so we can make more of an impact to the American people so they'll have a platform where they can come say what they want to say, come say what they want to say and mean what they say. And as we say, it's time, America, for the men in this country to step up and take that leadership position. So I ask you one more time, America, like I said, the topic of the show tonight was, where are the men? When we can get to that concept and figure out where the men are, then and only then can we grow, gain, and move mountains. We cannot move mountains if the men will not show up. So, men, if you don't want to show up and the women continue to show up, the women are going to put you out of their household and will not open that door back for you to come back ever again. They are looking for providers, safekeepers, and leaders. You have to do that in order for women to follow. But once again, America, in closing, I just want to say, men, where are you? We need 300,000 men and 300,000 women to come aboard this movement. So come December, when we get ready to implement our first plan of action, it is going to set a magnitude of open eyes in this country as to what this movement is doing and what we're planning on doing it. So once again, from me and Mr. G3 and everybody else out there, I just want to say peace, love, and we'll see you on the flip side.
All right, gentlemen, have a good one.